back, Arcadians. How you all doing, guys? It has been since Christmas since I last did a channel update. Far too long. But guys, I've been wanting to do a video, but I just haven't been able to because I've had a lot of building work going on in the house, and it's been impossible for me to record with guys cutting wood and banging and bashing all around me. So you just had to wait, that's all. And we're back anyway now. It wasn't for too long. It was only a month since my last video. But I hope you're all well, guys. Hope you're all well. A lot of changes in the room since you last probably saw me, and the main one is here, Sega's Super Hang-On. Look at this, guys. Looks brand new, and that is because I've had the fairing off, I've had it resprayed, and I've got to say a huge thank you to my mate Gav for putting me onto the resprayer. Did a fantastic job, and Muddy Music for supplying the stickers, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with it because it is an unbelievable game. I've really enjoyed this game being in here. I play it a hell of a lot. I'm constantly trying to beat my high score. It's got so much replay value. It is a brilliant game, and because I'm into motorbikes as well, or was, it's right up my street, you know. I absolutely love it. I mean, I did do a few videos of me putting the stickers on, so we're going to look at that a bit later in the video, me putting stickers on this. It's not too bad, actually. But yeah, I'm so happy with this. And I've put nice warmer lights in here in the rev counter. Just makes a hell of a difference when the lights are dim and stuff like that. It looks so cool. But what a game. I'm really chuffed how that turned out. And for the first time ever, all the games in here are working perfectly, really. Couple of little things, but really they are all working, guys, which is such a nice sight to see. But unfortunately I am one cab too many. I've got this beautiful example of a Taito Space Invaders where I picked up off my good friend Skoon. But unfortunately we've had problems with the monitor, can't get the monitor working, so it's not work at the moment. The board works, but I don't want to get rid of it. Obviously I don't have the room for it in here. But for this game for me is where it all started. I remember queuing up at my local swimming baths to play this game with my best mate Tom Knight, and we absolutely loved it. We'd never seen anything like it. It's like it came from outer space. It was so cool. It's responsible for me getting into this hobby, so I don't really want to get rid of it, but I don't have the room, so hopefully I can loan that out to someone that would be interested. That's my idea anyway. But it doesn't look great in here at the moment because I can't get to Asteroids Deluxe, which is a shame, and Rescue. But guys, I had my birthday last week, which I've got to mention because I had a lovely bunch of guys come over here and trash the place. No, they didn't at all. They were so respectful. What a lovely bunch of UK vackers you are. I mean, I've got to say, and from my partner Nush as well, a huge thank you to all of you that turned up here. We had such a lovely day. You showed so much respect. You're so honourable, such an honourable bunch of guys. And a lot of you come from quite far away, so I really respect that you came this far. So a huge thank you to you guys. You really made the day, you really did. It's just lovely to see all of you playing the games as well, because don't forget, these games were designed for public places, for people to be played. So just seeing you all in here playing the games, competing against each other was a sight to see. I had a big smile on my face when I come in here, seeing you all play it. So it was so much fun having you here. It really, really was. What a great day. I did get a bit smoked out on the day because I was doing the barbecue. I felt ill for a couple of days afterwards, but what a fantastic day. So it was great to see all the games working. Sky Skipper is now fully functional, thanks again to Mark, who finally got to the bottom of the glitch. Mark, you're a genius. You got there in the end. I know it broke your back, but mate, you done it. And I'm so happy to see that running perfectly again. And it was great for the meet as well, seeing all the games running. And also, Mark, thank you for sorting Super Hang-On out as well. It looks absolutely stunning. It really, really does. So guys, we've got a few changes in here. Actually, before we get to that, the Jammers. Been playing Image Fight a lot, trying to get better at this game. It is rock hard. It is IRM. It's the game that IRM did after R-Type. So, you know, they're never easy RM games, but this is rock hard. And I've got an original PCB in there running of that game, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that because it is so hard. And I've got Rygar running this one, which is one of my favourite arcade games. Absolutely love this game. We did this for a high score challenge with Lewis, and I really got into this. So much atmosphere. What a brilliant action platforming game. So cool to have that run in the MIDI. And on the big screen here, I've got my favourite new YouTuber sensation. He is Red7. A great YouTuber. If you like arcade pickups and console pickups, go and check this guy out. He's a really nice guy, great channel, new to YouTube. I've been watching him a lot. I think he's great. I'll put a link to his channel below. There's also another guy, Import Retro Gamer, or Retro Import Gamer. Another great channel. Go and check them out, guys. It's always nice to see new YouTubers on the channel, not on my channel, on YouTube. What? But yeah, it's always good to find new YouTubers, and this guy I've been watching a lot is a really top guy. Some really interesting pickups he gets, games I've never even heard of, and as you can see, he's got an amazing MVS collection. Over here, I've been picking up a lot of Megadrive games, and this is my latest pickup, Tatsujin. Really enjoying that. It's typical tower plan. It's got that colourful graphics. I really like that, quite garish, but I really do like that kind of colour. It's a hard shooter, but I do like it. You know, you always know it's your mistake when you die, but what a brilliant game. I've never really put the time into this before, and absolutely loving it. On the Vectrex, I've been playing Yahtzee, which is a port of Space Invaders. Again, this plays absolutely brilliantly. You'd think it was pixel graphics. It looks that good. Look at that. And I've got a nice little Space Invaders bezel going around there because I'm missing playing the big one. So I've been playing this a lot. Vector Blade on the other one. And I've got the old BBC Micro out for the meets because I knew a few of the guys have got a lot of love, a lot of nostalgia for the BBC Micro. And I've been playing Ghouls, which I played a lot as a kid. I used to absolutely love this game. And I was pretty good back in the day. I'm terrible now. I mean, it's such a hard game, a fast game. Oh, let's just turn Space Invaders down a minute. And that's quite loud. But yeah, what a game this is. Ghouls. I don't know if you remember this, guys. But Micro Power, they didn't have to make some good games back in the day. And this was one of them. But I can't do it with one hand. Basically, you just got to get to the top of the screen. Let's see if I can do it. I'm not going to do it with one hand, but I just want to die and just show you the quality of Micro Power back in the day. What is Giant's Return? I'm not going to be able to do it because I can't do it with one hand, but what a brilliant game that is. Ghouls. Is he going to die? Is the ghoul going to get him? Yes, look what happens. Just the way it does that, the way it flips the screen, it's just quality Micro Power. They made some fantastic games. They really did. Anyway, enough of that. We have shelves up here. Remember, I used to have artwork on this part of the wall. Now I've put 2 more shelves up to house a lot of my Famicom games, which I'm going to show you in this video as well. We've got loads of Famicom games to get through. You know, games like this is a new pickup, Skoon and Aberdox. Look at the box art for that. You know, we've got a lot of Famicom games to get through in this video. And up the top here, I've got a little Metroid collection, got me Earthbound and my little handheld games, Champion Racer, which I had back in the day, and a little Zelda collection up there. So it just gives me a bit more room to put a few more games up. But I am sort of running out of space now, guys. As you can see, all my Super Famicom games and North American games on the Super Nintendo are all taking up most of the space. And down here I've got all my Spectrum games, all my original Spectrum games from back in the day, and my Citadel miniatures, and some BBC Micro games over in that corner. And there you go, guys, we're playing Aberdox on the Sharp Twin, Famicom Twin, brilliant game. And that's it, guys. There's the layouts of the arcade. So a few changes since you last saw it. But for now, we're going to get into the pickups. Got loads of pickups to get through, guys. Right, so we are back, guys. Back on the old pickups. It's been ages since I've shown any pickups to this extent, anyway. Some lovely import games. Got some Megadrive. Got some Famicom. Got some bits and bobs. Some really cool stuff. Because obviously I haven't done a video for a while, so in between that time, I went to the London Gamer Market, which is awesome. It's always a great day out, meet up with fellow YouTubers and friends, and it's more of a social than anything, although you always end up coming back with something. But great day out, really, really was. I got a train there, it takes me about an hour from where I am, and straight into London. And I always forget to get the lift. I think it's at Russell Square. One of those tube stations is about 500 steps from the tube up to the surface. And I always forget the lift. So I start going up steps and then realise, oh my God, I should have gone on the lift because there's about another 400 steps to go. And by the time you get to the top, you're absolutely dripping in sweat and absolutely knackered. But yeah, it's always good fun. So yeah, got some pickups from the gaming market. eBay, Facebook group, friends, I don't know. It's been so long, I can't even remember where I got half of these. So we're just, we'll slowly get through it. We'll slowly get through it. So actually, I do know where this first one was. This is from Toy Planet in Wantage. It's a great little retro store. They do action figures, all retro action figures, and Lego and Warhammer and retro games. They've got a nice glass cabinet in there with loads of really cool stuff, and occasionally they have Game & Watches in it, and I've come away with some really good deals. So I saw this one in there for £45, and I had, I think it was £15 on my reward card. So, you know, I got this for 30 quid, which is lovely, because it's a lovely example of Squish, Nintendo Game & Watch. So I'm not paying crazy money for these, but if I see them going at this sort of price, I will pick them up. Got a real soft spot for the Game & Watch. It's got the serial number on the back, which is nice. And this game is a little bit like a maze game. So you're already in the middle of the maze, and the walls go from left to right, up and down, and literally you've just got to stop yourself getting squished into the side of the screen. It's okay. It's not one of the best Game & Watch games, but I do love the artwork on the front. Look at that. So cool, isn't it? So yeah, that was from the Toy Planet in Wantage. Really nice. And I picked up another Game & Watch on eBay. And I can't believe the price on the back, $14.99. I bet that's a Woolworths sticker. But this is one of my favourites. I'm trying to get the Donkey Kong Game & Watches, because they're the ones I used to love back in the day and still like playing today. I think they're great little games. It's not in the best condition, but it's got the instructions. It's got the serial number on the back, and it looks lovely. So this is Donkey Kong 2. So it plays a little bit like Donkey Kong Jr. One of the levels, you've got the chain level, and you've got the sparks from Donkey Kong Jr. So really, this should be called Donkey Kong Jr., really, because it is taking the levels from Donkey Kong Jr. But it's a cracking little game. I love playing this. I remember playing it as a kid, but I don't remember owning this. So maybe I played one of my mates' versions of this game. But yeah, really chuffed to get that back. To be honest with you, I'm not even looking for a boxed Game & Watch. And a loose one will do me fine. But yeah, really nice to get that back in the collection, because I used to have about, I think I had about 40, 45 Game & Watches before I started collecting all these arcade machines. I nearly went for a full collection, but that was like 15 years ago when prices were completely different. You could never do that now. You'd have to get a mortgage to get a full boxed Game & Watch collection. Next up, I've got some Spectrum games from Melbourne House. I'm not trying to complete a collection of Melbourne House games, but I already had Exploding Fist. This is my original Exploding Fist from back in the day, which I paid for with my paper round money. All my games on that shelf are from back in the day, and one of my favourite games on the Spectrum. And I just thought, I see these come up as a deal on eBay. I thought, oh, that would be cool to have all these together. And I've never played, well, yeah, I've played Fighting Warrior, because that was one I used to like playing back in the day. It's sort of a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it moves so slowly. The animations are so slow, about 2 frames per second, if that. It's so slow. But still, I remember playing that back in the day, so it was fun to get that back in the collection. Starion, which looks like Elite. And I remember the cover, so I reckon I played this or had this back in the day. So I was eager to get this in my collection and give this a play. I haven't played it yet. A lot of these games I haven't played yet. Hellfire. Don't know what this is about. It looks like a platform game. Actually, no, it looks a little bit like an isometric game, a little bit like Ant Attack. Just by the screenshots. I could be wrong. But it's an isometric game, and Rock and Wrestle. So I'm not sure how many more games Melbourne House did, but it would be nice to get a little subset of little Melbourne House games together. Right, next up we're going to move on to the Switch. Haven't been buying that many Switch games, but I did buy this, which is Golf Story, and I'm really enjoying this. Now, the UK PAL version, I think it was brought out by Limited Run, or one of those strictly limited companies, and it now goes for a lot of money. But I'm not sure who brought this out, but this is the Japanese version basically, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper, and you can just change the language over in the game. So although it's got a Japanese box and box art and Japanese cards inside, you just change the language over on the game and you're good to go. So I was really chuffed to get that, because it's one of those games that everyone's been raving on about, and I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into that. I've started playing it, I've done a few of the little courses, and it's a cute little game, and I think they're bringing out another one similar to this, like a tennis one or something like that. But yeah, really cool to get that. Really cheap, guys. If you want to play Golf Story, just get the Japanese version, change your language over, and you're good to go. Next up is a gift from my good friend Sinisteve. He's a YouTuber and good friend. If you haven't checked his channel out, go over and check his channel out. It's an awesome channel. I'll put a link in the video below. He gave me this for my birthday. Now, I have pre-ordered the big box set Darius Burst collection, I think it is. I've already got the first collection that came out, which was really impressive. I thought it was they did a great job of that. So I did pre-order the next one, but it's taking years to come. I don't think I'm going to be pre-ordering many more games from these companies, because although I do like their product, the product's brilliant, they just take a very long time. I mean, I'm still waiting for Space Invaders collection. God, I could name about 5 games. Turrican, the Castlevania collection, and there's a few more. I can't remember, but there's a lot they owe me, and they just take a long time. And I think it's because if you buy like a group of games on the website, they wait until all the games are ready so they can save on postage and packaging, instead of sending them out as they're made, which I think is a really bad way of operating a business, to be honest with you, because I've been waiting years for that. I know I never said I would. Let's start again. I know I never said I would ever show PS4 games, modern games, but I do show Switch games, and I am playing Elden Ring on the PS4. And I'm showing you this because it is a good game. I'm into Dungeons and Dragons, so this is right up my street, Elden Ring, and I'm absolutely loving it. And there's bits of it that I don't like as well. I like it. I mean, it's so massive. You need so much time to put into this, and it doesn't hold your hand at all. Everything in this game, you have to work your way out, or work all the stuff out yourself. And you would take forever. You would take so many hundreds of hours to find everything in this game. You end up going on YouTube trying to get all the armor sets, the special weapons, leveling up and stuff. You have to go on YouTube. It's the only way to get anywhere in this game. So I feel like I've spent more time on YouTube than I have playing this game. But I do enjoy the combat. The dungeons are awesome, and I am really enjoying it. It's proper Dungeons and Dragons. The enemy designs, proper weird Japanese enemy designs, which I absolutely love. Great game, but I'm not sure whether I ever finish it. It's just so huge. And I've got so many other games to play. All this retro goodness here, I love. Like this, for example. Blue Project, which is a homebrew game for the Famicom. Comes in a Japanese Famicom box, which is really nice. There's some great companies out there making some fantastic homebrew games. It's a platform game, and it's a really good platform game. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, what a lovely package this is. Look, you'd never know that was a homebrew game. Instructions. You get a little card there as well. Little baggie. Nice little box art. So yeah, really nice little platform game. Really enjoying this. And it's all the artwork or instructions are in Japanese inside. I mean, it's an easy game to play, guys. It's only 2 buttons, you know. But I mean, just look at the cool artwork inside. Yeah, I'm really into my Famicom at the moment because I've got the Famicom Twin set up. I'm really enjoying picking up the Famicom games I've never played before or ever even heard of. So check that one out, guys. It is Project Blue. Really cool Famicom game. Got more Famicom here. I said I've got a lot of Famicom to get through here. This is Getsufudem. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this has just recently been released onto the Switch. A modern version of this Famicom game. It's absolutely beautiful on the Switch. It's a great game to play, but it's a rogue game, and I'm not really into rogue games. I hate that whole start from the beginning thing. I like, once I've done a level, proceed on to the next level, and that's my only gripe with it. Other than that, I'd definitely recommend it on the Switch. If not, go back and play the original on the Famicom. And look at that box art. Can you see it? It's got like a hologram. You won't see it on the camera, but it's changing. How cool is that? It's the only Famicom box game I've seen do that. And it's an action platforming game, which is really cool. By Konami. Really weird enemies in it as well. That was eBay. I don't think I paid a lot of money for that. It's not an expensive Famicom game, but I can't remember how much. This is an expensive game. This is Aberdox, as I showed you earlier. You can get a North American version of this. It's quite expensive. Japanese one, even more so. Looking probably 150 quid for this game. But I mean, it is an awesome game. I've played it before. I've owned it before loose on a North American cart and thoroughly enjoyed it. Look at that box art. Absolutely awesome. And it's got a very organic feel about it. It plays a little bit like Salamander. So you've got horizontal levels, then vertical going down levels. And yeah, just got a very organic feel about it. Weird creatures, weird end of level bosses, kind of undead level bosses. Really cool game. Really enjoy playing that. And I'm really chuffed to have that in the collection. Next up, we've got TerraStar, which is kind of like a pseudo 3D kind of shooting game. This is quite a hard one to find. Been after this one for a while. It's not brilliant, but I do enjoy it. It reminds, I don't know what it reminds me of, Xerion. It reminds me a little bit of Xerion, if you ever played that in the arcade. But it's got a cool soundtrack. Levels are really long. You get a lot of enjoyment out of this game. And quite a rare one to find. That's TerraStar. And that is a Taito game. I don't know whether it got arcade release. It might have done. I haven't looked that up, to be honest with you. And then we've got a game here that I've been after for a very long time. And it is it's quite an expensive game. Look, you're looking to pay again about £150. It's probably one of the best shooters on the Famicom, and is Crisis Force. This could be a PC Engine game. It moves that fast. It's a very quick vertical shooter. It's a real joy to play. It's got lovely levels where you're looking down into canyons. It's got like a really cool 3D effect. Absolutely brilliant shooter. Can't recommend this enough, guys. Crisis Force. If you haven't played it, this should be your #1 game on the Famicom. It's that good. It is that good. It's so good. Next up, we've got Skoon, which is another IRM game, and it almost feels like it is the you know, the predecessor to In the Hunt. It plays just like In the Hunt, but much more basic. The sound is not great sound effects in this game, but an enjoyable game, but quite hard. It is a hard game, but I've got to love the box art. And guys, when you put this Kart in the Famicom, it's got a little LED light that lights up. Let's just take it out of there, show you. Nice little instructions. And you see the Kart, there's a little light there that lights up when you plug it into the Famicom, which is pretty damn cool. I just love collecting these. Even if I couldn't play these, I just love collecting them. You get a little cartoon inside the instruction manual. Look, how cool is that? It's just so cute. I love it. Looks like there's a, I don't know what that is, something in Japanese. Little leaflet. But yeah, it's so cute. Such a cool little cute game. And I love sort of discovering sort of early games by companies like IRM, just to see, you know, where they were going to go to next. Like with this game would have been In the Hunt and maybe R-Type, you know, getting their ideas going. Cool little game. Really chuffed to get that. That's Skoon. Next up, we've got an arcade conversion, Alien Syndrome. Brilliant arcade game. Really atmospheric, spooky kind of sound effects. And I haven't played this on the Famicom yet, but I am really looking forward to playing this one. Really cool game. And look, the box art, awesome. Next up, we've got another fantastic shooter that should be on anybody's list. If you're collecting for the Famicom, you've got to get this game. It doesn't run as fast as Crisis Force, but it is still a great game. It is Gunnak, and I think this got a North American release. Not sure about PAL, but it got a North American release. But you've got to love the Japanese Famicom box art again. Awesome little game, little shooter. And strange little end of level bosses, kind of cutie, look like rabbits, and little cats. See the little cat there? The sort of thing you're up against. Just love it. But it plays really well. It's a really cool little shooter. So great to add that to collection. Been after that for ages. Next, we've got a bunch of games here that are actually they have actually been converted onto Super Nintendo, and they all three of them come on one cart. It is the Ninja Gaiden series on the Famicom. So I've got Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3. And all these got converted onto Super Nintendo, but I didn't want to get that cart because I think I've got all three of these for £100. And they're in fantastic condition, turned up with the box protectors, and they are good games. But again, like most games on the NES, Famicom, hard. Hard, they certainly test you, but I do love the Ninja Gaiden games, right up to the modern day ones. Ninja Gaiden Black was awesome. That was one of my favourite games on the Xbox. I used to love that first boss with the nunchakus. You know, ninjas in the 80s were the thing. Bruce Lee and ninjas back in the 80s was the thing, you know. So I've got a lot of sort of nostalgia for these sort of games, because I used to watch all those films like American Ninja and stuff like that, all those cheesy ones. So great to have those games. Really cool games to play. And the next one I've been after for a while, another IREM game, is Holy Diver. This is another great action platforming game. I think it got a recent re-release, so you can get a North American new version of this game, but still that goes for a lot of money, and I thought the original actually is cheaper than the re-release, but it's a fantastic game. It's based on a lot of the characters, or a lot of the names in this game are from the band Dio, famous heavy metal band from the 80s, Dio. They've taken all the names for the characters in this, which is really weird. It's a strange concept. Dio must have been big in Japan. That's all I can say. Weren't that big here. I mean, I'm a big metal fan, but Dio weren't that big. It was always about Maiden here in the UK. But Dio, yeah, I guess maybe they were bigger in America and Japan than they were here. But strange to sort of base a game on a heavy metal band like that, and it's not even called Dio. Maybe they couldn't use the name, but Holy Diver, it is a good game. Definitely worth checking out, guys. By IREM. So nice to have that in the collection. All right, next up we've got a bit of modern stuff here. Where did we pick this up from? I think this was a... where did I get this from? Mario and Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem. Now I've got the second one of this. Been looking out for the first one for ages. It's basically a puzzle game, a little bit like Lemmings, but without the stupidity of all the Lemmings, all on one level. You just got one character sort of manage at a time. And I think the levels are cleverer than Lemmings. And it's Donkey Kong, so I've got to love it. Anything Donkey Kong, got to have, because I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong. So, yeah, this wasn't much. Probably about 10 quid, something like that, if that. I can't remember where I got it from. It's probably CEX or something like that. I don't often go in CEX, but occasionally you do find something worth of value. Sonic Lost World. Haven't played this one. Mario Kart 7, which I wanted 2 copies of this so we could play 2-player on 2 DS's. And House of the Dead 2 and 3, which has just been released onto the Switch, which I would be interested to see how that plays with the Joy-Cons. I don't know if it's been remastered or what, but absolute classic arcade game, House of the Dead. Well worth owning in your collection. And talking about arcade games, we've got this lovely box set, which is the Sonic 3D collection. Now, of course, the 3DS is regional locked, so you will not be able to play this on your PAL 3DS. You have to own a Japanese 3DS, which I do have. I have the Super Famicom Japanese 3DS, which I've been playing these on, and they are unbelievable, guys. I love these games. They're all really good arcade games. You've got, well, not some of them are just Megadrive games. You've got Sonic on there. You've got Echo the Dolphin, Shinobi 2, which is brilliant, Bare Knuckle, Outrun, Thunderblade, Alien Syndrome, Sonic 2, Thunder Force, Columns, Turbo Outrun, Super Hang-On, which is absolutely awesome, and Bare Knuckle 2, just to name a few. Now, there is one set you can get of this. I think it was, let's have a look. Yes, it's that one. This one you can get PAL. So if you've got a PAL 3DS, this is the one to get. All these other games you can get now if you go onto the eStore. Now, Nintendo are shutting down the 3DS eStore, so you need to get on there quick if you want to download these games. Or you could just buy a physical copy of that one. But if you want all of them, you've got to download them. It's a real shame they're doing that. That's why I quickly got hold of this, because I could see this going up in money. Because if you can no longer get these games, then that's it. They've gone forever. So they are brilliant. I love the 3DS. It hasn't got a massive library, but the games that it does have on it, I really enjoy. You know, one of the first games I got on the 3DS was Pilot Wings. I loved that. And the other game by Julian Gollop, which was, what was it? it's like strategic kind of turn-based game. Absolutely love that game. Right, next up we have some Japanese Megadrive games which I got from the London gaming market. Most of these I have played. There's a couple here I haven't, and some I really love, some I was a little bit disappointed with, like Golden Axe 2. I thought this played terrible. It was god awful. I thought it was an awful game. Oh, so bad. I don't know, what am I missing? My brother used to love this, or was it the first one? Now I'm going to have to go back and play Golden Axe, the first one, because maybe that was the one he played, but I didn't enjoy this at all. I thought it was a real slug to get through. Slug? A real slug, a real slog. A real slug. A real slog to get through. Yeah, just not really for me, that one. Didn't get into that at all. Next up, we've got Thunder Force 2, which was a bit of a surprise. Now, this plays a little bit like... it's on the tip of my tongue, is an arcade game. Bosconian. It's that top-down, 8-way scrolling shooter. And there's no map. You don't know where you're going, don't know what to do. Wasn't quite sure about this game. I have to revisit it to really make a decision on this, but I think it could do with a map to show you where you're going, because there's like borders, electric borders, like walls, and I wasn't sure whether you had to go through them or not, because I kind of shoot everything in the area and then there's nothing else to shoot, and then there's these walls. So I'm not really sure what's going on in that game. And then you've got Thunder Force 3, which I really did enjoy. Technosoft game. Really enjoyed this. A lovely shooter. You know, people bang on about the Megadrive shooters, and this is probably up there, I guess. You know, I'm new to Megadrive games, so not new, but like become a connoisseur of Megadrive games. You know, a lot of these ones I never saw back in the day. My brother was buying Sonic and Speedball and, you know, all those type of games. Aladdin. Wasn't really delving into this kind of exquisite type of games. Maybe this was a big hit over here. I certainly don't remember it. Next up, we've got Shadow Dancer, which I was really looking forward to, and I found it quite a little bit frustrating. The first boss was frustrating. It didn't give you much room to get out of his way. He was firing flame at you, blowing flame, I don't know, shooting flames at your feet, and then there's rocks flying out of the sky. It's like, where do I go? There's not much room to get out, to escape, and I just died every single time. So I'm looking forward to playing Shinobi. Is it 1 and 2? They're the games that I think that are good. But yeah, I wasn't that impressed with that game, I have to admit. Next up, we've got Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Now, I thought I'd like this game as well. I'm sure I played this before and really enjoyed it. But I, again, got bored of this quite quickly. You know, just opening doors, shutting the doors, finding a girl, jumping on tables. It just got really monotonous, really boring, really quickly. Maybe there's more to it. I don't know, but wasn't that impressed by it, to be honest with you. You know, it's got a lot to live up to, the old Megadrive, you know. Got Midnight Resistance, again, found this really sluggish, really slow. I played the arcade version, really loved it, but it's not a touch on that, obviously. But they could have done something with it. I mean, you know, the arcade version's got the rotary sticks. You're not going to be able to do that on the Megadrive. But it just, the way it jumps, it's like it's jumping on the moon. You know, it's just so slow. So couldn't really get into that, guys. Wasn't that impressed with that one. Not liking this either. Well, this is a Nintendo channel anyway, you know. This next game is good, and I have played this before, and I've got a fantastic boxed version of this. It is Gynog, is that how you pronounce it? Really good shooter. Very impressed with this one. Graphically, Looks amazing, sounds amazing. Box art is really freaking cool. Just look at it. It's so cool. Look at that. Yeah, really impressed with this game. This is definitely going to be staying in my collection. Absolutely love that. So what I'm doing with the Mega Drive is similar to what I'm doing with the Super Nintendo. Whether I'll get to 100 top Mega Drive games to keep, I'm not sure. It might just be a 50, because I don't think there's that many in the collection, is there? I don't think there's 100 brilliant games on the Mega Drive, or is there? I don't know. We'll have to see. This next game is another really good game. It is Elemental Master. I've owned this before. It's a really cool shooter where you can pick what level you start on. It's fast, it's furious. Graphically, it looks amazing. Sound effects are cool. Yeah, I'm really chuffed to have that back in the collection. So that's definitely staying. Atomic Robo Kid. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. This was a bit... well, for starters, it was hard. And that always puts you off when it's something so brutal right from the get-go. It's like, geez, I've only just started and this is hard. Yeah, didn't impress me, really. I don't know what it is. There's not much in the screen to move around in. It's very slow. The character, the robot kid, just didn't move that great. I wasn't that impressed with it. But I got this fairly cheap, so I was interested to play that. Next is a great tower playing game. This will definitely be staying in the collection. It's Zero Wing. I love the arcade version of this. This is Mega Drive port, obviously. And it is a brilliant little horizontal shooter. So I'm chuffed to get that back in the collection. That's really, really cool. And then this one, I don't know what it's called, but I've seen videos on it. Thought it looked really cool. It's like an action platformer. Haven't played it yet, though. So, a few games there to try out, which I haven't played. Xeno Crisis, which I got at the London Game Market. 35 quid. The guy said he was going to email me because I said I was interested in the MVS version, because I'd love to have it in the Neo Geo, would be cool. An arcade version of this is a very cool game. This is how to do games on the Mega Drive now. It sounds like a Mega Drive game. A lot of the new homebrew games, they've got a colour palette I just don't like. Just doesn't look retro. It's like they're taking a shortcut. And the gameplay, just a lot of these new games are very mediocre. Whereas this isn't. This is just a top class game on the Mega Drive. It really is cool. And then we have got Darius 2. I do love my Darius games, and I'm sure that is probably on the collection on the Switch. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's nice to get the original physical copy on the Mega Drive. We all know what Darius is like, horizontal shooter. And that is it, guys. That is all my pickups. Well, except this, actually. This is a little gift from my good friend Alpha One. Oh, it's another Electrocoin marquee. I'm collecting Electrocoin marquees because I can change them out. In my room, I've got a little light box that I've made, so I've just changed the marquees out when I get bored of them. So, what is the game? Thunder, what was it? Thunder X? Thunder Fex? Thunder Fox. The writing's all crossed over there. Thunder Fox. So cheers for that, another Taito game. He does love his Taito games. So that is all the pickups, guys. Now we are going to play... What are we going to play? We are going to play a Famicom game. We are going to play... I've got to show you. I have to show you Crisis Force. And we're going to go out playing Rygar, because it is my favourite game in my Jammer Cab at the moment. We're going to play a bit of Famicom, and we're going to play a bit of Rygar on the old Jammer Cab. So let's fire it up, guys. This is Konami at its best on the Famicom. This is Crisis Force, 1991, guys. Quite a late release on the Famicom, but boy, is this a cool game. It really is a cool game. Now I'm playing this on my little 14-inch Sony Triniton. So we get these little power-ups. You can hold down the buttons. So it's got turbo fire. Got my upgrade already. Music's brilliant. You can change back your weapon, so depending on what you pick up determines what weapon you've got, and you sort of change into a, yeah, here we go, into sort of like a phoenix, I guess. I don't know. It's just a well powered up ship. But it would be cool to carry this power up right to the end of level boss, because it is quite hard. But you can see how quickly it moves around the screen. Can move all the way up the screen, right the way down. But watch out for the bombs. I was so impressed when I got this game. It's just one of those games you've got to own on the Famicom. It's just so cool. The other button, what does the other button do? It changes, does something, but I haven't quite worked that out. Oh, right, okay. So it changes my firepower to fire at the sides of the ship. And change it again. And we fire up. It's probably the best one, actually. Now, this is a really cool level. You kind of get like the depth of flying through a canyon. It's just amazing what they did with sprites back then, just to give you that kind of 3D look. And it looks awesome. And then we're well powered up now. Should obliterate everything on the screen. Is this the end level boss? Music's changing, or is this a mid-boss? That didn't last long, that power up. He's got a little timer at the bottom for that power up. We're getting there, we're going to do him. There we go. Must be the first level done, is it? Yep. Stage 2. Some more power-ups. This is where it starts to get quite hard. Still got another 2 lives yet. This is probably the best weapon in the game, actually. It just gets rid of the bigger enemies quite quickly. Taking a chance there. Ah, got hit. Yeah, it just changes the weapon. I should have kept that to the red one, because that's my favourite one. See, you know, the landscape changes quite nicely, so you never get bored. It just moves at a nice pace. Some of these shooters can move so slowly, you just get bored before even the levels begun. You get straight from the off from the back. This is just fast, furious, addictive gameplay, and that's what you want from a shooter. And I do like these old type of shooters. I'm out. This is my last life. See if I can get to the end of the level boss. Ah, no! I wanted that power up there. That's the one I want. Oh, nearly got me. This is him. Oh, I moved straight into that. What do you think, guys? That is awesome. Definitely worth owning. Right, we're going to fire up the old Jammer Cab. We're going to play some Rygar, guys. One of my favourite arcade games. Right, guys. My third attempt at recording this, because I played so awful. I don't know how far I'm going to get. If I get off the first or second level, I'll be happy. But normally, I mean, there's my high score up there now, 198,000. I have actually got 500,000 on this game. But that was playing on my Sheikah arcade stick on the Pi on my other TV. I've never got a score like this playing it on this Jammer Cab. I don't know if I'm going to get that today because filming this is quite difficult. But this game, I remember back in the day, but I never really got into it. Obviously, didn't have the money as a kid to invest in a game like this. But I recently got into it for Lewis, who does the Retro London Gaming Challenge. You know, and I spent a month playing this game and absolutely loved it. Fell in love with it. Got really far. Got back to level 13. And I haven't got back there since. So I'm leaving this game in this cab for a month. And I recommend that, guys. If you've got a game, leave it in your cab. Leave it on your bar top for a month. See how far you can get into it. And I promise you, you'll grow to like some of these arcade games a lot more than you think, you know. Great music. Just a classic arcade game. Really is. So you get these, you see the squares at the bottom, you get upgrades. But if you die, you lose the upgrade. A bit like Gradius. So you've got jump and fire. You've got this kind of like ball and chain thing, which you can upgrade. You've got to be quite methodical about this game. You can't just run into it. Just take your time. The worst things are these guys that jump out the sky, because you never know where they're going to jump. And these Triceratopses at the bottom as well can be a real pain, because you have to crouch to get them. And you have to really turn around quickly to get some of the enemies, like that one there. He's trying to creep up on me real quick. And you can really catch her out really quickly. We've done the first level. Which is good. Get that out of the way. I don't know if I'm going to get past the second level without losing a life, because I haven't played it for such a long time. But guys, fire this up, man. If you've got Mayhem or whatever, bar top, some sort of emulation, give this a go, see how far you get. I promise you, you will really love this game. There's my first upgrade. And these little stars that you pick up, you can also fire it upwards. Ah! See, I lost my upgrade now. I'm pissed. You've got to watch the time limit as well, because it soon goes, and you get this big demon flying after you. Another upgrade. Got to get out of here now because time's against me. Panic there. Last life. And this is a terrible game for me. I usually get a lot further, but I'm playing with the camera right to the side of me, so I'm pushed slightly off to the side of the cab. It's quite difficult to film. I like to get my arcade stance going, guys, you know. Legs akimbo, get right in there. So if you time it, you can jump and kill them at the same time. And I've got loads of them. See, when you get loads of them like that, oh, you need the upgrade. You can do it, but you need the upgrade. Anyway, that's Rygar, guys. That's not a good example of someone playing it very well, But honestly, give it a go. You will get further and further into the game, and the levels change throughout the game. Different enemies in the game. It's just brilliant. I can't recommend Rygar enough. Anyway, that is it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much, all of you, for watching and following this channel. I know it's taken me a while to get a video up, but you know, life gets in the way, and life certainly does at the moment. So guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.